This is Happy Half Hour, a Peoria Life web show brought to you by Enjoy Peoria.
Hello and welcome to Happy Half Hour. On this week's show, we sit down with Escape 60 Live Escape Room Adventures to talk about their new room and the escape room craze hitting Peoria. The St. Patrick's Society of Peoria joins us later to talk about one of Peoria's biggest cultural festivals on the riverfront, Peoria Irish Fest. We'll also fill your free time with some amazing events coming up this week. But first, speaking of Irish Fest, who would like to win tickets to this weekend's festival? We're going to give away 4 passes on the show today. So in just a second, we're going to throw up a trivia question. To answer, all you have to do, it's really easy. All you do is you direct message our Facebook page, Enjoy Peoria. So here's a question.
Want to win tickets to Peoria Irish Fest? Here is your trivia question. What is the name of Peoria's sister city in Ireland? Keep watching Happy Half Hour for a big hint. Good luck!
And we will announce the winners on Thursday. And like Triana said, stay tuned for our Irish Fest interview later in the show for a really big giveaway, big clue. But first, let's talk escape rooms. The concept of the escape room has really taken the Peoria area by storm. And if you haven't been to escape room, you're really missing out. I've been to a few of them. They're awesome. They're really fun. There's plenty of fun options in the Peoria area. And one of my favorites is Escape 60, Live Escape Room Adventures in the studios on Sheridan. Joining us more to talk about Escape 60 is the owners, Michelle and Steve Rowland. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So for people who don't know what an escape room is, can you talk about the concept of an escape room, what it is?
So you have a dire situation where you have to get out in 60 minutes. So you go in with all your friends or your family members or just a group or a team building group from your company, and you've got 60 minutes to solve different puzzles. It starts out like a scavenger hunt. So you're looking underneath, looking for a puzzle piece, looking for a block, and that gives you clues to open something else that gives you more clues to do something different. So there's all kinds of things going on. You might even at one point go, how did that open? Someone says, I solved that. It's really neat. It's really fun, hands-on.
It's like a perfect team building exercise, right?
Oh, it is, because you see smaller groups of people break out to try and solve different things, and then you see people take leadership roles. You see who's a good listener, because you really have to be good at communication, sharing and listening.
So who would be the people that would really like an escape room? Like who like the escape room, who is it perfect for?
We've been surprised. We thought there'd be a definite age demographic, and we found in our rooms that that's not necessarily the case. We're getting people all the way from 15, 16-year-old softball teams all the way up to senior citizens. That's been
really fun.
One of the biggest surprises is that it knows no age, and it's been a great family activity too, where you get. We've
4
had
generations in there playing together.
Yeah. So it's been awesome. It's across the board.
And the cool thing is you don't need any previous knowledge to do these puzzles, so everybody can contribute.
Mm-hmm. It seems like I know, like, you know, when I've done it, you get like one person's working on one thing, and then one person's working on another thing,
right.
And eventually those all like start to map out
exactly
together.
Right, right.
So I understand that, you know, not only are they just for, like, you know, softball teams or, you know, a date night or a family, but they're also perfect for corporate team building?
Yes, we've had a lot of corporations come on in and use it as team building, and they get a chance to talk to, and sometimes we do that too with them afterwards. It's like, did you see somebody take on a role that they don't usually do at work, or someone took a leadership role that they don't usually have. And the cool thing is we've got space for that right outside of our room, so they've had people order in, they can cater in and then have a conversation about what happened in the room before and after. So we've got that space, which I think is unique to us.
In larger rooms than a lot of places do, so we can accommodate a much larger groups than a lot of them.
So for your guys, how many people can be in a room?
So anywhere from 8 to 10. And then, sometimes if the company wants to bring a bigger group, we've divided them out, and then they all do the rooms at the same time and compete to see who gets out first. Yeah, which is fun.
It is fun.
And then crime scene's a little bit bigger, so we've had groups of up to 12 in that room too.
Because you can get, I mean, yeah, you can get 12 people in that one.
Yeah, sometimes there can be dinky. But
It's important if you're going to run a room that you have room for it to go on, and you have enough things for people to do, so people aren't standing around. As you mentioned, one person's doing one, or a small group's doing this, and a small group is unlocking that and solving this, and it makes
we're
it
really
a lot.
puzzle heavy.
We
Try not to have too many red herrings, which are things that are just in the room for decoration but don't mean anything. Everybody has a little bit of that for decoration, but we really depend on the puzzles to
Well, and that makes it more fun for the people that maybe have never done one before, or not really, big puzzle people. That it's not as open-ended with some of the fake items.
Yeah, and as Michelle said, we do not believe, or you do not have to have some knowledge that you're going to bring into the room. It's not like trivia. The answer is in the room. If it's a word puzzle answer, that answer, those answers are there.
And everybody's brain works different. So if you've got that big group, I might be really good at riddles, and maybe he's really good at solving, or they'll be working on something, and they're like, I'm going to walk away, and somebody else can just walk over and be like, well, what if we did that? And then, hey, I got it open. So it's neat for different brains to be working on different things.
It's always a good feeling, even if you're arguing with people, oh no, that's not how it works. Oh no, in the end when you're done, okay, that was fun. We got it working. All right, so for you guys, I know you guys just opened up a new room. How many rooms do you guys have, and kind of go over those rooms a little bit, like the theming.
Okay, well, we've got 3 rooms right now. So we just opened up Crime Scene. You want to describe Crime Scene?
Crime Scene is a serial killer in Peoria, Illinois, and you are a Journal Star reporter that has gone to the warehouse where the last murder was at after the police left for that day, and you're trying to find the clue that will discover who the serial killer is and get locked into the room.
But you've got that 60 minutes before either the killer comes back or the police come back. So you've got to find that clue and get out.
Yeah.
So, and then we got Going Viral, where Dr. Stephanie Wood has disappeared. She was working for Dark Pharmaceutical Company, and she came across a deadly virus. So Dark Pharmaceutical Company is coming in an hour to get that virus. So you've got to find that virus and get out to save all of humanity. And then...
And Shagadelic Super Spy is a 60s themed psychedelic sort of room. It's a spy theme, just with a 60s twist.
And that's the one I've done, and that's really fun.
That one you have to disarm the missile before you blow up. Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about Crime Scene, and earlier we were talking about how, you want to do something that's unique, something that people haven't done. You can't go anywhere else and pretend you're a Journal Star reporter trying to solve a murder case in Peoria. I mean, you can go to St. Louis to try to do that. You couldn't go to Chicago to do that. That's in Peoria. Yeah. How important is it to have those unique experiences?
I think when people relate to it that way, it's kind of like a fun, it makes them giggle and it makes them really be engaged. So it's kind of unique.
It helps the immersion, because the idea is that people think they're not just in a room solving puzzles. There is a story, and we try to
It's a game.
And we try to theme our puzzles to that scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. And I know, you get in a room, you have someone that's kind of watching you, timing you, giving you hints. That's called the Game Master. Kind of go over the role of the Game Master and what the Game Master does.
Right, so the Game Master is really on your team. So you've got a walkie-talkie, and you get 3 hints. Sometimes they give you a little bit more. But when you get stuck, you're not left there just floundering around. We don't want anybody to be frustrated or anything like that. So they all agree, and then they ask for a hint. And your Game Master's watching you, so he knows exactly where you're at. And they'll give you kind of a vague hint that just kind of nudge you along and then help you if you get stumped. So we want everybody to feel like they're making progress as they're going through and they're having a good time playing the game.
Yeah, the Game Master is like in a action movie, we like to say he's like the guy in the van.
That's right.
That's helping you as you sneak through some building.
Yeah.
And Game Master, it's a fun job, because it is like watching reality TV that you can talk back to.
Yeah. And help them out, yes.
Help them out. It's fun.
And sometimes you definitely do need that help, and and sometimes you may need to have more than the 2 or 3 clues that you're offered.
Totally, and really the people who are used to doing rooms, they know that they need their hints.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I'm going to do it without a hint. Like, maybe, but feel free to ask.
That and timing them right. Like, you say, hey, after 15 minutes, if we can't get it, let's use a clue then. Or
Right.
after 20 minutes, let's use a clue then. So, a couple years ago, there wasn't one escape room in Peoria. There wasn't a single escape room. Now it's kind of really taken off. How is it, how has it become such a huge craze here in the Peoria area?
They started in Asia in around 2010, 2012, and then moved to the United States about 3 years after that. And it really has exploded. And it started on the East Coast and West Coast, and now it's moved into the Midwest. It's still a little thinner in South. But it's because it's a family activity. I think that's what.
And because it's hands-on, I think everybody's so tied to their electronics all the time that it's something fun to do like that. That's what we hear from people. It's like, we want to do something different. You can go to a movie for an hour, but then you're not really interacting. This is a unique, opportunity to interact and then talk afterwards because you want to be like, wait, what did you do? No, I did that. You did that. You guessed that. And that's just really fun. So it's so interactive and hands-on.
It is interesting to see, 10 years ago, interacting through phones was like the alternative. Now it's the other way around, interacting like face to face, and this kind of gives people the opportunity to do that again.
Yes, and I think that's one of the big draws.
Yes.
And you get to role play, right? You're the reporter. You're the Turtle Star reporter.
You're the international spy.
Yeah.
So for those of you for the people that are like, oh man, I want to do an escape room. Oh, let's check out Escape 60. Where are you guys located? Your hours and.
We're in the building we call Studios on Sheridan, which is just off Main Street on Sheridan. If you know Broken Tree Coffee, or what used to be running Central, is 931 North Sheridan.
We also have like Moon Dancer in that building, Urban Artifacts, Jeremy Blows Glass in there. So that's our Studios on Sheridan. We built it inside that building.
You can do a lot of things. That's the cool thing about Studios on Sheridan. You don't have to just go there for one thing. You can make a whole afternoon or evening out of it.
There's a lot going on in that building.
We're proud of it.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. And for those of you who want to learn more about Escape 60 and their new room or their other two rooms, you can just head to their website, escape60peoria.com. Stay tuned. More Happy Half Hours next.
Get out your calendars because we're about to fill your free time. Join the annual HLC Canoe and Kayak Jaunt from Henry through Lakin to Chillicothe on the Illinois River August 19th. Enjoy a light breakfast in Henry, then leisurely paddle to Lakin on to Chillicothe where participants will have dinner. For more information, visit enjoypeoria.com. Celebrate the arts in Tazewell County through 4th Fridays. The Tazewell Art Loop. Happening now through November, the community is invited to enjoy fun local experiences in Morton, Tremont, Delavan, and Pekin on the 4th Friday of every month. From 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., artists, businesses, and organizations will be partnering to create a dynamic shopping experience for all. Enjoy local art, mingle with the artists, view featured exhibits and performance demonstrations, hear live music and entertainment, explore local shops and restaurants, and so much more. Head out to Kickapoo Creek Winery for the 12th annual Grape Stomp, August 26th. Inspired by the famous I Love Lucy episode, the Grape Stomp is exactly what the name implies. Stomping grapes. Form a team of 3 and compete against others at this old way of winemaking. Money raised will go to the Cancer Center for Healthy Living. Did you know you can do trivia in the Peoria area pretty much any night of the week if you wanted to? Get a group together of your smartest friends, or maybe just the ones with the most useless knowledge in their heads, and check out one of the great trivia nights in the area. You can play Monday night at Brasky's, Tuesdays at MD Sports Bar and Grill, Wednesdays at Poor Brothers Tap Room, and Thursday at the Fox Pub. Looking for more fun events? Head over to our website, enjoypeoria.com, or visit us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at enjoypeoria.
Hey, do you like coupons? Do you like discounts? Do you like saving money? Then check out the 2018-2019 Enjoy Peoria Coupon Book. It is filled with a ton of coupons from area attractions, restaurants, stores, and more. And the book is free. Mind blown. Stop by our office to pick up your book now or check them out on our website, enjoypeoria.com.
There's a delay, isn't
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay, so just stick with me. Welcome back to Happy Half Hour. One of the Peoria Riverfront's biggest festivals and one of my personal favorites returns this weekend, Peoria Irish Fest. You can enjoy great Irish food, beer, of course, entertainment, the Highland Games, and so much more. Joining us to talk about Irish Fest is John Martin from the St. Patrick's Society of Peoria. John, thanks so much for stopping by.
Good morning.
Good morning. So, can you tell me a little bit about how Aaron Feist started?
About 38 years ago, the St. Patrick's Society decided to form to have a parade downtown. Of course, after they had the parade, they realized they needed money to pay for it. So they started an event called Aaron Fest, which was a one-day family picnic. And it was fundamentally to raise money to pay for the parade.
Okay.
And it stayed that way until about 1997 when we had an opportunity to move down to the riverfront. And it became a 2-day, then a 3-day event.
Okay, great. Recently, the festival has changed its name to Peoria Irish Fest, Aaron Feist. What prompted the change?
We, a couple years ago, did a market study with the marketing class at ISU, and they determined after studies that less than 2% of the population recognized Aaron Fest as a name. So we concluded that was not a very good number.
No,
and
that's not good for your branding.
the chief thing that they didn't relate to is what Aaron Fest was. So by using Peoria Irish Fest, you spell it out real clear what the event is, and we keep Aaron Fest as a tag on
Right.
just for the years we've had it.
Okay. Yeah, Gaelic's a really hard language, so not super recognizable.
And it actually means dance competition, which we don't have, so.
Right. So how long has Aaron Fest been around, and how many years have you been in charge? All the good years, right?
No, there were a couple bad ones in there. This will be our 38th year.
Okay.
And I've been in charge of it 24.
Okay, well, congratulations on that.
Yeah, it's a dubious record.
Can you tell us about the 20th anniversary, celebration with your sister city?
Clonmel, Ireland is our sister city, and we formed a relationship with them about 20 years ago in August.
Okay.
And the original document was signed at Aaron Fest 20 years ago. So we send groups back and forth, and they are sending a delegation over this year to celebrate the 20th year.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And there'll be 18 of them, and there'll be a couple of musicians in it, some people from, we also have a sister city bar.
Ooh.
And they're sending a delegation over. So it's a relationship. The town of Clonmel is very similar to Peoria. It's on a river. It's an industrial town. It has a brewery called Magner's Irish Cider. And we serve that at Aaron Fest.
Okay.
As a twist with our home. So we're having a get together in a remembrance of the signing and little party. And
that's great. And you said that sister city was named Clonmel, right?
Right.
Okay. What can we expect from Irish Fest this year?
I would say the same old excitement, fun, and good times that we've always had. We've got some real good groups coming in again. We have the family stuff, the We Folks area for the kids. We've added some more activities on there. We've got our cultural area that has 20 various tents and exhibits on a history of Ireland. And of course, we've got our 4 Irish pubs that have variety, entertainment, drinks, and whiskey and scotch tasting, a sampling of the different whiskeys that are made in Ireland, and Highland Games on Saturday and Sunday. There's just a lot going on.
That's wonderful. Yeah, you can't have an Irish Fest without, a Guinness or a little nip of Jameson, if you ask me.
And a little different this year, we have Irish Cream, a new company, is giving out samples called 5 Farms.
Oh, great.
comes from the central part of Ireland.
Okay. How have you been able to get some of the big name Irish bands?
Just out of luck, we are, Milwaukee, the largest Irish Fest in the world, is the weekend before ours.
Okay.
And Kansas City, which is probably the third or fourth, is the weekend after ours.
Oh, perfect.
So a lot of big bands, of course, go to those two events, and we are the only festival in the Midwest in that weekend between.
Oh, perfect.
So a lot of the big name bands are looking for a place to go, and we can get them usually for 1 or 2 days at a price that we can afford.
Great, that's wonderful. What would you say is your favorite memory?
Jeez. Kind of been thinking about that. I don't know that there's any one particular, but some of the best involve Saturday night on the river when the bands start really cranking about 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And the cool breeze comes off the river.
Oh, you can't beat that.
No, and the tents are just full of people just rocking. It's probably the best time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's such a wonderful energy. Everybody's just enjoying each other and enjoying the festival.
I remember a couple years ago we had two bands, Cynthia and Wee Banjo 3, and they're both really rocking bands. And they got together and played for about 40 minutes, and that place just was unreal.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah. But probably the evenings on Saturday.
Okay, yeah. Well, John, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to learn more about Irish Fest, you can head to their website, PeoriaIrishFest.com. Stay tuned. More Happy Half Hour up next.
Hi there, my name is Chef Jason Zeck of Rhythm Kitchen Music Cafe, and this is our crawfish étouffée.
There are so many amazing restaurants in the Peoria area, but only a few that let you wear the chef's hat. Hokkaido offers some of the best Asian cuisine in the Peoria area. Enjoy a fun show with their hibachi grill, feast on their mouth-watering sushi, and they have something you won't get anywhere else in the Peoria area: Korean barbecue. And the best part about Korean barbecue, you'll be the grill master. They supply the meat and vegetables, and you get to grill them to your own preference. Hokkaido's Korean barbecue is a delicious and fun dining option. Do you want to find out more about what's going on in the Peoria area? Well, check us out at enjoypeoria.com.
And remember, we had our trivia question earlier in the show. That trivia question was, what is the sister city, the Ireland sister city of Peoria? So all you have to do, it's super easy. Just remember, you go to our inbox on our Facebook, or you message us on our Facebook page, Enjoy Peoria. Give us the answer. We're going to announce a winner on Thursday. Remember, this is for 4 passes to Peoria Irish Fest. And I know we were talking earlier, we both wanted to take our families out to that. I've been a few times. It's really cool, especially if you're into Irish culture and into the Irish music. I know there's, I was listening to Seven Nations earlier, and they're really cool.
Yeah, I can't wait. We're gonna take our daughter to the Highland Games earlier in the day, and you can't beat that. It's amazing to watch what these guys do. They're throwing logs around and just, it's so much fun. And then getting a sitter, so that later on, my husband and I will go back that night. Yes.
I think my fiance and I are planning on going Saturday night, because Saturday morning, something that we're both work a lot with and passionate about is the Center for Prevention of Abuse. They have their annual duck race.
Yes.
Their 30th annual duck race. It's really cool if you've never seen it before. You buy a duck. They race these ducks down, East Side Center. The
I
hill.
would say they're using the slide, aren't they?
Well, they're using the road from the top of the if you're like on the main softball field, the hill, the road going down to the parking lot.
Okay.
It's just there's a lot of space there. They were trying to get 30,000 ducks, and I think they're like this close to it right now. So you can still get your ducks.
Yes. Go on there, get your duck.
They have all these prizes if you win. The ducks go down the slide and they form at the end, and each one they pull out for certain prizes, and they have a ton of cool stuff. But the important thing is it's for all the services for the Center for Prevention of Abuse.
It's a wonderful charity. So there's still time. Help them hit their 30,000 duck goal.
And and if you want something to do on a Saturday morning, you got to go check it out because it's super cool and super crazy and a lot of fun. And also the Kickapoo Grape Stomp is this week, which if you love wine and if you remember the I Love Lucy episode when she's stepping on the
around.
So that used to be how they used to make wine. That's the original way they do it. You just get in a box.
Which is insane to me.
I don't
stand in there and stomp on grapes.
I don't think the health officials like it as much anymore. I think it'd be a little bit more sanitary nowadays.
It's also likely change the flavor slightly.
Yeah, probably not for the. I mean, the new way of doing it probably for the best, a little bit cleaner. But I know that they do that every year, and that's fun. And another thing I wanted to point out, we were talking about from Escape 60. You can go to their website. You can book online, which is really cool.
That's so helpful because it's when you have so many, you're trying to coordinate your group of friends or you're trying to coordinate your coworkers. Being able to just go online and book a time just makes things so much easier.
It makes it more convenient. It's quicker, and you're guaranteed that spot if you go in. And I know all the escape rooms around town, they're always busy. So you try to get that in, and you try to get as quick as possible. You get that spot. So, well, that's it for this week's episode of Happy Half Hour. And remember, if you're always looking for a new attraction to check out or a new restaurant to eat at or even all these fun events on the weekend, if you're looking for something during the week too, always head to our website, enjoypeoria.com, or check us out on social media, Enjoy Peoria, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a happy week.
Bye.
PeoriaLife.com